Hello everyone, welcome to Creating Grin, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast set in the homebrew fantasy world of Solaris, on the continent of Alteratus. At the table, we have the 3 players that will bring to life our adventurers. To my right, we have...
I'm Jason. I'm playing Gorath Thunderfist, a Goliath fighter. Having a hard time trying to wrap my head around this dwarven sorcery that has just occurred.
And I am Brian. I'm playing Kelbrix Goldfound, a human grave cleric. And Kelbrix is feeling a little upset about what happened with this elf, and feels like he may have made a wrong move on that.
And I'm Katie, playing... Let's try that again. And I'm Katie, playing Ari Arcalis, a tiefling rogue who just wants to get this over with and search this tunnel and hopefully find some good things.
And my name is Eric, and I will be your dungeon master for this chapter of our tale. So, Kelbrix, staring down a large cavernous hole that has opened up in the back of this petrified tree. The faint stench of earth mixed with must, mold, slight mildew wafts out and assaults your nose.
Lovely. Well, I've definitely smelled a lot worse in the graveyards. So, everybody ready?
Do we want to rest this time?
I mean...
You may short rest if you'd like.
Or are
Heal
we just
up,
going for it?
or you can YOLO. I'm fine with YOLOs.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to take a short rest before we head down, that's fine.
Might be a good idea.
Alright. So yeah, we will take a short rest. Set up for a little bit. I will keep light on my mace and take a little break.
Alright, so at this time you guys could use your short rest dice, as many as you need to heal up. That is completely up to you. And you are going to keep light on your mace. That's good to know.
Where do you find hit die on D&D Beyond?
If you do short rest, it should be like it should show you what you have, how many you can spend.
There it is. Ha.
Hey, you rolled hit dice heal.
Hashtag not sponsored by D&D Beyond, but
Right.
hopefully in the future.
That's fun.
Yeah, it is a great tool and utility to be able to use.
If you're listening out there, D&D Beyond, we'd love to be sponsored by you.
B and B Beyond is what I said.
Is that B&B Beyond?
I'm going to use one of my hit dice, and that'll put me up to full. Woo.
Nice.
Nice.
Does it? So do we roll the 1d10? It doesn't do it automatically here, right?
You can do
You could do either or, but it's probably better if you roll it yourself.
Okay.
Just because.
I also used one hit die and gained back 7, so now I have 18.
Excellent.
Alright, so I rolled a 6 and a 3. So I get 9. Takes it up to 22.
And what's your constitution modifier? You have any?
I think I added it. It said 6, but it said 1d10 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's I rolled a 6 and then plus a 3.
You can use
okay.
more
Okay.
than one.
Well, I'm just using
Okay,
one.
okay,
Yeah,
I just wanna
I'll
make
use
sure.
one.
Okay.
Okay. So you're up to 22.
Up to-
Alright.
Is everybody right at this point?
I think everybody's ready at this point.
Okay. What's your marching order going to be as you venture into this cavernous hole leading into the earth?
I'll take the lead since I have the light.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you.
And I will be dead last. Emphasis on the word dead.
Hopefully not dead.
Alright, so Kelbrix, you
Stupid
start
tunnels.
to make your way towards the cavernous hole. You can see that it definitely slopes downward. It's not a gradual slope, it's more of a about a 35 degree, like it's a significant slope.
Okay.
There's a lot of loose dirt and sediment, so an athletics check would be required to make it down safely, unless you want to Goonies your way down this tunnel.
I will roll athletics, and that is a 9.
That 9 is good. You're able to grab a hold of the sides of this tunnel. The one thing you do notice is it is 4 feet in diameter, so it is a very hunkered down, kind of watch your head. For you, your thoughts are going to go back towards your massive Goliath friend Gorath. This is going to be a rough ride for him. As a matter of fact, any type of actions that you would take, like combat actions or things within this tunnel, are definitely going to be at disadvantage because of the tight quarters.
Dwarves in the...
I would say maybe more for Gorath than the rest of you, because you guys are probably... What's your height? Let's discuss that right now. Kelbrix, what are you?
So I am 5'11".
Okay, and Ari?
5'7".
Okay, so yeah, it's going to be tough, but I'm sure Gorath is...
Gorath is a healthy 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be a little restricting for you, sir.
Be on your
The
knees.
further
walking.
you move down, extending your mace for your light source, and grabbing a hold of various vines and roots that kind of protrude out of the ceiling and the wall, it kind of has that, I'm sure everybody's seen, but that Empire Strikes Back effect, when Luke kind of travels down into that tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
You know, into the tree, essentially.
Gotcha.
It is very
Can't remember the
damp
scene.
and humid. The earth starts turning into a little bit softer. You sink a little bit more. It gets a little mud, if you will. And you're going to travel down this slope for about 75 feet down. Like it goes down significantly far and deep. Once it gets to the point of 75 feet, it starts to level off.
Okay.
And then the diameter opens up an extra foot, so now it's 5 feet. So it's less of a hunker down. You kind of duck your head, keep your head ducked a little bit more. It's a little more comfortable for Ari. Gorath, I'm sorry. There are some spots that kind of like will go up, so it'll reach 6 feet in height, which is a little bit, you can stand upright and such. You do begin to hear the sound of dripping water, and you do start seeing smaller puddles that continue to grow the further you walk.
Lovely.
I will change this over to our map that we will be using to demonstrate, which you can see on YouTube. So in this map, Kelbrix, I'm pretty sure your light source is green. So that's what you can see that Ari cannot. When you guys are together, it goes to normal color, I'm pretty sure. I've been playing around with the dynamic lighting on Roll20.
Yep. Looks right.
So, lead the way, Kelbrix.
Alright. And you're all following close behind?
Yeah.
As close as they can.
Jeez.
So for viewers out there on YouTube land, if you're looking at this, purple light is what Ari can see, and the green light is what the Kelbrix can see. Now, Kelbrix, as you get to that point, you're going to notice that there is a significant puddle.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure how deep it is because of the water. You can hear the dripping, and then you can see protruding out of the walls about halfway, maybe 10 feet to your right side, are these large fungal growths, and it smells very musty and moldy. And then if you look a little further, which you can see with your light source, on the other side of this puddle, maybe about 20 feet or so on the left side of the wall, are similar stalks of these mold or fungus that are protruding and growing. It seems as if the water is coming down from the roots or the vines and kind of have created this natural
Puddle.
swell of water or puddle. Again, it's a little murky. You're not sure how deep it is. It could drop off. It could just be a couple inches.
Okay. Can I do a nature check on these fungal growths and see if it's something that I might be aware
Sure.
of?
You may certainly do so.
Alright. That is 11 plus 0. 11.
Okay. These do look like just the standard type of fungus, or big mushroom stalks that you would see in kind of a dank, dark area.
Alright. Well, I'm going to move a little bit closer, or does the puddle start like right there?
Your boot is right at the puddle.
Okay. So
you're
what I want to do is take my mace, the end of it that's lit, and actually kind of stick it into the water and see how far it goes down.
sure. When you extend and kind of lean over, you can feel bottom within a couple inches, but you can see by the way the water line is sitting on your mace,
Mm-hmm.
it's dropping down gradually.
Okay.
It's not like a
gonna
complete
kind of-
drop off, but
I'm
gradually.
going to move forward slowly and continue doing so of like,
As you do,
oh boy.
I need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw. As you hear this ungodly loud scream emanating from these stalks, these mushroom stalks, just shrieking loudly in the tunnel.
Oh boy. That's 18 for me, 13 plus 5.
That's good.
That's 9 and 2 for me, so 11.
That's okay.
I have a 15 plus 1, so that's a 16
All right,
for
so
me.
you are all able to cover your ears quick enough not to take any type of physical or psychic damage from these screaming stalks, but they continue to bellow and scream, and it is loud.
Alright. This is obnoxious. So I'm going to go ahead and just cast Sacred Flame on the stalks, and hopefully the radiant damage will.
Yep.
That'll be something.
You cast it, and go ahead and remind me again what the...
It's a DC 13 Dex save,
Okay.
or take 1d8 radiant damage.
And you cast Sacred Flame, and they continue to shriek and scream as there's zero effect to it.
Alright. Well, then I guess just gonna go at it with my mace then
Okay.
at this point.
As you step forward, this is just a little narration for you.
Mhm.
You can definitely feel that the water, like, it
Starts
begins
getting deeper.
to get deeper, and it's very mucky. Like, you can feel the tension when you try to pull your boot up.
Alright. And that will be a whopping 9 to hit. 5 plus 4.
Yeah, you swing, and because when you plant your boot, it kind of shifts your, balance
My
off.
balance.
You'll slam into the side of the tunnel, and bits of rock and sediment begin to kind of like crumble and splash into the water as you kind of like have to give a hearty tuck to your mace.
Careful there.
Yeah, I'm just.
Because you're attacking it physically and using it, I'm sure you can't cover your ear. So if you want to go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw.
Ari, I can't see what's going on up ahead. Why is Calbrix screaming?
I think the walls are screaming.
That'll be a.
Not
17.
Galbrix.
17. Okay, so it is painful, the screaming is, but you're able to kind of withstand whatever it is attempting to do to you. Physically, psychically, whatever it is.
He just hit the walls with his mace.
Where's the tuning fork?
Oh no, I'm not pulling that back out.
Alright, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just going straight through the
Okay,
water.
so the water,
Okay.
when you start moving, is difficult terrain or hindering terrain.
Okay.
So it slows you down, so keep that in mind.
I'll make it to that point.
And it is really loud where you are because this one is also screaming, and they sound like those. I don't know if you guys remember those annoying toys that you would squeeze. I mean, I'm showing my age plus. I have kids, but you squeeze it, and they'd make these annoying
The
little
rubber chicken.
tones.
Yeah. that's
Or
what I was thinking
yeah,
of, is those
yeah.
terrible rubber chickens that keep
There you
screaming.
go.
Ugh. Okay.
So, Ari, Gorath, you guys come around the corner. You see these mushrooms emanating these noise, and you can definitely hear it. You keep your hands on your ears. I think, right?
Yeah. I will
You-
clarify that we have, or I have at least stowed my shield in Warhammer.
Okay, and then Kelbrix dashes. I mean, there's just water as he's trying to, pull his feet free and makes his way across there as he's getting a little frustrated at this as the noise continues to shriek.
Well, since I saw him get across, I'm gonna go ahead and go.
Okay, so it's half speed, so each square will cost you 10 instead of 5. It is too tight to move past each other at this point. It's very narrow.
Standing in the water, then.
Graph.
I'm going.
No, so do I see that they, the water is deep?
You notice that it goes into the center point, probably up to about mid-shin on Ari as she's running through. And you can see that there's resistance, like she's kind of having to high step a little bit, pull her feet from something in the bottom, muck, silt, something to that effect.
All right. Well, I will wait for them to cross to the other side.
All right, so he's holding. Cowbox, you continue to move.
Yep.
All right. At this point, you're back on solid ground, still damp and kind of soft. And you see more winding tunnel. The ceiling in the tunnel at this point is, like I had described before, 5 to 6 feet in height. Appropriate size for a dwarf. Very uncomfortable for anyone higher than a dwarf or taller than a dwarf.
Gorath, follow the light.
Yes, Gorath.
Come
Now
to
you
the
are,
light.
you are in complete darkness. You can see the light. You have a general idea.
All right.
But because it is dark and you are moving, I would like an athletics check for you. It's very tight quarters. You can't see.
That is a 10 plus 6.
Oh, easy. You will easily enough maneuver through there.
I am sorry, gentle mushrooms. I do not know what has disturbed you.
It's not the people walking there, definitely.
Easily trudge through. Okay.
Alright.
The screeching or the shrieking will continue. Obviously, it's getting a little quieter for you as you round the bend of this tunnel here, continuing to move. Gilbrooks continues to move with the light source.
Yep.
It's a little darker for you,
Come back.
Gorath.
Are you behind me?
I will come around the corner.
There we go. As you all kind of regroup. Once Gorath gets around the corner, it's just everything goes silent. The shrieking stops.
Oh.
I'll give you guys all a nature check if you'd like at this point.
I don't think they liked the light.
I don't think it was a light. That's a 10 for me.
That's a 17 for me.
That's a nat 20 for me, plus 2.
Okay,
That's
so
22.
Gorath and Ari have encountered these. Gorath probably would have encountered these inside some of the caverns in the Demon Spine Mountain. You know that these typically are in, like, moldy, dark places, dank places, and creatures that are intelligent enough or smart enough will find these things, cultivate these things, grow them, and use them as alarms or deterrent. They will not shut up, and they will continue to scream until you're with proximity of the shrieking mushroom or spore. But now it is all quiet. You can hear dripping up ahead, Kelbrix. It's very faint. You can still smell that earth, must and mold and mildew and the humidity of water kind of confined in this dark tunnel.
Alright. Yeah, I'll keep going.
So you guys will travel another 15 or so feet. As you continue to move, you again see growth of these strange looking stalks. They look different than the ones you encountered, the shrieking mushrooms that you encountered before, but these are another type of weird fungus, spore, or mushroom or something that is kind of growing in a similar fashion. They're growing from the water up. They haven't screamed, and you're within close proximity, but like right up on him.
All right. I'm gonna try and move past them and do my best to disturb them as little as possible.
Okay. So that would be an athletics check. Now, as you begin to maneuver, you're going to plant your foot, and it drops significantly
Oh, boy.
deeper and further. So that first plant, you get a pretty good, like, you put your foot into the water, and you're almost up to, like, mid-shin. Like, it's a pretty significant drop.
And I was not expecting that. I have a 5 total for my athletics, so I
And-
just go head first into the water.
You will go headfirst into the water, and because of the commotion, as well as the...
I'm gonna die.
Please do not.
There is a... let's see... reaction from these fungus that are on the wall that you are right
Lovely.
by.
Great.
And they... Okay.
Down in the water.
Can I try and grab him?
You can, except for it's going to be a disadvantage, we'll say, athletics check, because he is significantly further from you, so this is kind of like a you gotta sprint and grab a hold of him kind of maneuver.
Alright. Otherwise I'm falling in with you, I guess. 6.
Yeah, no,
Or
you
do.
move 5 feet and just kind of, you cannot get there. You cannot get there.
Just,
At least I didn't pull you in with me.
yeah.
Ari, when you move up to do so, you see that these mushrooms look very similar and eerie to a one-eyed creature that is very popular.
Ooh,
And I will show you.
I don't like that.
So at first glance, you think this is a different type of creature, but it does nothing. There's some movement and rustling within the different stalks and things that are around it, but nothing. Kelbrix, you are submerged in the water. You drop down 3 or 4 feet. Like, it's a significant drop. And when your hands kind of hit the bottom, you place your hands on something that is not mud. It's tangible, and when you kind of begin to like push up against it and like grab a hold, you feel as if it's something goes into your hand and squishes. When you come up, you have a handful of like what looks like bloated, rotted flesh, or cloth, or mixed together.
Gross.
When you stand straight up.
All right. I think there's a dead body in here.
Did you search it?
By all means, be my guest.
I don't really want to go swimming though.
All right. Now, the fungus thing. Are those like moving next to me?
When you look at it, it doesn't appear to be moving next to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. I'm gonna, I guess, start swimming through the water and try to make it to the other side.
Okay. That's an athletics. Check your armor, see if it's disadvantage or not.
No, because I'm wearing medium armor. Alright. That's a lot better. That's a 16. 14
Okay.
plus 2.
So swimming is half speed, unless you have the, I think it's the swimming feet or
No.
athletics feet or something like that.
Good.
So yeah, you are able to make it all the way across as you start to, pull yourself out of this puddle or small swimming pool, if you will, because it gets pretty deep. And you smell like stagnant stale water. It smells atrocious.
Lovely.
You took damage on the last battle, correct? You took some damage?
I had. Yes.
Okay.
During the short rest, though, I'm back up to that.
Okay. Give me just a second here. Get those ready just in case. Okay. So Kelbrix makes it across. He swims across. And because of him swimming across, the tunnel now smells like sulfuric water, like atrocious, stagnant, stale water. It's gross. It's almost to the point where you're gonna start that little gagging.
It's
But-
gray water.
It's
Thanks. Okay. I guess.
Okay. Do you wish to wade through the water? Are you gonna swim across?
I'm gonna swim.
Okay, athletics for you.
That's a 9 and 2, so 11.
11. Okay, so you begin to make it across, going, half your speed. As you're swimming across Kelbrix, you can hear Arya. She is swimming, splashing a little louder than you were.
I don't know. Stop.
But she makes it over across the way, and I would say you're close enough. You could extend a hand and kind of help her out at this point.
Yeah.
Gorath,
You're in the
Smells.
darkness again.
you're almost in the dark there.
Yeah. What is going on over there?
When you come around the corner, you see a very large, one-eyed creature, almost looking right at you. Startles you for a second. You do not see your compatriots, but you can see the tunnel goes around the bend.
Go ahead and swim across. It's fine.
You'll hear Ari.
Go into the light.
Come to the light again.
It smells awful.
We know. Hurry up so we can go.
Fine. All right, I'll swim.
Gorath, you probably can walk this.
Oh,
It's not that deep.
I mean, it would be like
It's like
A 7 foot
little
tall-
over waist high for you.
yeah, maybe like up to your mid to upper chest. Like you can walk through it if you want.
all
You can
right,
swim.
I'll just wade through like yeah.
All right.
Disgusting.
So go ahead and give me an athletics
Disgusting.
check when you get to about midway point. Give me an athletics check.
6 plus 6 is 12.
Okay. You definitely plant your foot on something and feel something break beneath your foot when you take your first step in the middle of this kind of
Ew.
pool.
Also, there might
And
be a
you
dead
also
body.
see when you do, it's almost like there's slight bubbles or sediment that kind of float to the top.
Ew.
You take another step and you feel another crunch and you stagger a little bit, catching yourself on the wall of the tunnel. And again, you feel that kind of weird sensation as, again, more bubbles begin to kind of pull up. Like, like a gentle soda or pop kind of fizzing there.
Ew.
With bits of backwash or things falling to the top of the water.
Gross.
And the smell is now increasingly worse as the bubbles kind of pop to the surface. It's like it's containing some sort of nauseous buildup of gas or fumes or something to that effect.
Good old, decomposition of a dead body.
Ugh, gross.
Alright. I'm going to continue
Yep.
out. Alright.
You make your way
Stop leaving
about
us.
15 feet further down this tunnel when you start spotting a stone wall that has been broken inward. You can see piles of stone that lay on the floor, several feet scattered and piled up in front of you. The opening is large enough for you to walk through upright. It looks as if something or someone kind of bashed in through, or something had happened here for sure. This once was some type of solid wall for sure.
Do you think there's casks of wine on the other side?
I don't know. Let's find out. I'll head through.
So as you enter in, Kelbrix, you're the first.
There's
Immediately,
a skeleton.
you're going to see,
Lovely.
moving through the opening in the mortared stone wall, you do finally feel the familiarity of the stone floor beneath you. As the temperature now changes, it's less muggy. It's a little cooler in here with the stone
Okay.
walls and floor. The hallway is what it looks like. Is roughly about 20 to 25 feet in length, 10 feet wide. The ceiling is about 6.5, 7 feet tall. So it's fairly tall. You see that there is some strange looking broken sediment and stone at the north end of the hallway. At the southern end of the hallway, there is a door that is open with a skeletal corpse or skeletal remains laying in the doorway, essentially. And Ari, you will see Kelbrix as he's kind of standing there, looking, pondering, both north, south, or his right, then left. And then he'll look back to you.
Look safe?
I mean, there's a skeleton in the doorway. I'll let you take the lead.
All right, then.
As Ari, you can hear Gorath kind of trudging out of that water coming up behind you.
Well, do we want to look at these weird stone markings on the ground over here?
Sure.
Okay.
Take a quick look at those.
So you guys will move north towards these strange stone bits and markings that are lying on the floor. Well, at least Ari will move.
All right. I'm gonna get to the threshold. How tall is it?
You can just feel the stone grazing your bald head. It's not terrible,
It's okay.
but you can stand upright.
Ugh.
Ari, you move over to the spot on the floor as you hear Gorath step through as Kelbrix moves over to your left side. And you see that this once was a slightly raised dais. It's now broken, cracked, destroyed, if you will, and it has all kinds of ruins carved into the stonework and different types of inlay. Some sort of strange red-looking inlay in some of the carvings. Does anybody speak Dwarven? Or Dwarvish?
Dwarvish?
I happen to speak Dwarvish because I hate the little bastard.
I figured you would.
I actually do too.
Okay, so this is
Can't
not
read it.
necessarily a language, but they are Dwarven ruins.
Okay.
And Kelbrix, I want you to go ahead and give me an Arcana check, if you will.
Nope, not a clue.
Okay.
It's a 1.
Oh, there you go.
Well, you got anything?
I have no idea. They're dwarven ruins, but they don't make sense.
What type of dwarven ruins are you looking at up there?
I don't know. You want to come look instead? I don't know what I'm doing.
Sure.
I'll move over here. Gorath can get by.
Alright, Gorath, Ari will move away as you move into her spot, north. You look at this pile of rubble, ruins carved in the stone.
Let's see.
You can either have a investigation or an Arcana check. Which are you choosing?
We're gonna do an investigation.
Okay,
I'm sure I don't know anything about it.
I was going to say, if you made an Arcana check, it would be at a disadvantage.
Yeah,
for you.
it will be a 7.
Okay. They're Dwarven ruins, alright.
Dwarven ruins.
That's all you know.
Okay. Are we gonna go through the door then instead?
Let's smash dwarven ruins. Make some good dwarven ruins.
Okay, Gorath.
I was gonna say, does the pattern, like on the ground or anything, look familiar to the runes and stuff from all the way back when we first started on this journey and did the slight teleportation between the...
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Well, that's better. That's 13 plus 0.
Yeah, you're putting 2 and 2 together, and the ruins are more than likely the dwarven symbols for what you would have seen in the teleportation circle.
Okay.
They seem like they were once magical and connected, but obviously whatever's happened here has destroyed it, and they no longer hold any magical ability or energies.
I recall Rowan had talked about how the Threaders said that there was a teleportation into a secret area for the dwarf, but that had been broken, so... Makes sense.
Correct.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's go check out this dead body.
Yeah, I'll let you lead the way.
Yay.
Ari moving about 25 feet
You following me?
Yeah.
to the south, followed by Kelbrix and Gorath. You will see the skeletal remains of some type of humanoid creature that is laying in the doorway. The bones on the skeletal remains are blackened, charred.
Alright. Do you want to say anything? do
Lead the
anything?
way.
Okay. I'm just gonna step over this skeleton then.
Okay.
Keep
As
going.
you step through the doorway and you plant your feet right there, your feet sink slightly into the ground, which is weird because it is stone, but it feels like a dough-like consistency, if you will.
You just stepped on a pressure plate.
No, it's not a pressure plate. It's
No.
different
It's a
feeling. She knows
dough.
pressure plates, and it is not it.
Okay.
Ari, your passive perception is higher than I would assume on an 11.
Its passive perception is a 14.
Yeah, you begin to hear beyond, kind of echoing, seemingly out of the doorway off to your right, or to the eastern direction. What sounds like cackling or laughing, but it's very sadistic, sick,
I think there's a crazy person in here.
and it's not just one; it's multiples. As
Crazy
if
people's in here.
Lots of gibbering, laughing, or maniacal speech, random insanity just begins to fill through. I would like for each of you to give me a wisdom saving throw at this point.
Great.
That's 15 for me. 10 plus 5.
I also have a 15. 13 plus 2.
I have a 7. 6 plus 1.
So we have 7 for Gorath. What was yours again?
15.
15.
And 15.
Okay, so Gorath. As you step up, kind of looking at the skeletal remains, examining it, and then looking back towards Ari, and then Kelbrix, you begin to hear this kind of maniacal, cynical gibbering of insanity, and you seem to be affected by the noise coming from the direction which your compatriots are. You go ahead and roll me a d8, if you will.
Four.
Okay, you stand there with a blank expression on your face. Continue on, Ari and Kelbrix.
Careful of the floor here, it's squishy.
The noise of this insane gibbering gets a little bit louder, and as you take that next step, you're going to need to give me a... Is it that? Hold on, let me check here. Okay. You're going to need to give me a athletics check from this point on, because when you pull your feet, it's almost like tar or gum, and it kind of adheses to it or sticks to it. And it is getting extremely loud where you are currently, Ari. This insane kind of cackling, sick, torturous laughter, ominous gibbering. Yep, and Kelbrix, when you start making your move, you can feel the ground as you're about 10 feet behind Ari currently, heading in that same direction she is. Yeah, you're starting to feel the ground, like she was saying. Each step begins to kind of feel like, got a tension or a suction to it. Gorath continues to stand there looking directly at you, blankly.
Gorath, you coming, bud? Gorath.
He just continues to stare at you blankly.
Ari, something's wrong with Gorath. He's lost his mind finally.
That took longer than I expected.
You can answer, Gorath. You have the ability to talk. You just kind of feel like you're in a trance. Like,
I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
You good?
I'm
go
good.
ahead, go ahead and roll me a d8 now.
Okay.
Ari, you begin to hear what sounds... 3? You continue to stay there. In the room beyond the doorway that you are currently next to, and I assume kind of facing southward at, you begin to hear what sounds like something sliding wet and slimy, sliding across the floor, pushing bits of debris, broken furniture, something to that effect. As you stand there, you begin to see something moving into your view.
There's something in here.
There is a very large, ominous-looking, like, mound of pink flesh or goo with multiple eyes and massive mouths and tiny mouths filled with teeth. Or teeth. Let me speak better England there. It looks like that.
I don't like that. What is that?
For those of you out there in podcast land, check it out on YouTube. It's pretty ominous.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to have everybody roll an initiative.
Not nice. I don't want to go first.
You know I'm not going first.
I know. I have a nat 23.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
I don't.
And Gelworks?
6.
That's bumbling idiot.
I have a 13, 11, and 2.
This would be fun. Alright, let's roll for the creature. Oh boy. That is going to be 18 for our creature.
Oh boy.
Yay.
So, Ari, you see this large mound of teeth, eyes, flesh, or goo or something, and it's, medium-sized creature, and it has kind of slothed its way around the open door and put itself directly into your view. It is going to be your turn first, followed by the creature.
Does it look like it's gonna attack me?
It looks threatening and ominous, yes. It looks like it's continuing its momentum to move towards you, as you see these tiny little kind of eye stalks as they kind of like look towards you with these sickly looking eyes, and they kind of look like tendrils, but they're not.
Don't like it.
Or so you think.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull out my short bow then and try to shoot it.
Okay.
11 to hit.
And 11 will hit it.
Oh, nice. Where am I at? Here. 4 and... I did not click on that. Thank you, D20. Sorry, I lost my place. 7. For damage.
7 points of damage. Okay.
And then I want to move back.
And remember, you're going to need to make, because of the ground and the way it feels, each time you guys will start your turn in a specific area near this creature, you're going to need to make a strength saving throw at this point
Oh boy.
in order to maneuver.
9, 7 and 2.
And you are stuck. Your speed is 0. You cannot move. You pull, and your feet are locked into place.
I'm gonna die. Kelbrix, there's a thing.
Kelbrix can hear it. He hasn't seen it, but he can definitely hear it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be there.
It has lots of mouths.
It
And
does have
eyes.
Lots of mouths and eyes. And it looks bad. So next is going to be the creature, which is 10 feet to the south of you, Ari. Inside this room, you're going to see it as it is going to sloth and move its way into the doorway.
No, thank you.
Right next to you. And it is going to... One of the mouths kind of like opens up and it spits this whatever gook Kind of like that dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
Oh,
The one
Yeah,
with
just
the...
get you good there. Or attempts to. So... And it comes out and it's like, it's not like a liquid, it's more of like a globule, thick, kind of gelatinous spit, if you will.
Viscous.
Or spittle.
Viscous.
Yes.
Very viscous.
Yes. Moist and viscous.
Viscosity.
I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You cannot move. Your speed is 0. I feel like this is going to be a disadvantage roll.
Disadvantage?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty
no.
sure that would constitute a disadvantage in my mind.
Okay. 11, 6, and 5.
Alright, so you attempt to pull away, but you instead weave into the direction of the spittle as it hits you directly in the face.
Oh, gross.
You will see this, Kelbrix, is this globule grossness just hits her in the face. Okay, so it says... Okay, so it explodes in a bright flash of light. Each creature within 5 feet of this flash has to make a dexterity saving throw, which you currently are not 5 feet next to the creature or Ari. Okay. So you're good, but she is blinded until the end of the creature's next turn.
Great.
oh boy.
Yep. And then it will take a second attack now that you are blinded. As it lurches forward aggressively. And one of the larger mouths on the creature attempts to bite into you, Ari. And it will have advantage because you are not only blinded, but you cannot move. Your speed is reduced due to this spongy ground effect or whatever is taking place. Will a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. You will smell it, and you will feel and hear the teeth kind of grind as they clack together. And you can feel and smell the disgusting aroma of its breath as it misses.
Nasty.
Gorath, you check on something here.
Mhm.
Alright, we'll continue to stand still.
Let's be the tree all over again.
Person who was supposed to be the most excited about righting the wrongs of a dwarf is doing nothing.
I am doing something.
He's staring into the void.
Yeah.
I am moving.
Did you eat some of those mushrooms?
Alright, Gorath, go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw.
That is a 3.
You can now roll me a 1d8 again.
That's a 1. No. Yeah, that's a 1.
You continue to stand there, doing nothing. Your turn is essentially forfeit at this point. It says, on failure, creature, being Gorath, can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. Rolls a d8 to determine what it's doing in his turn, which we determine he's doing absolutely nothing. So he's kind of mesmerized or affected by the noise of this creature. And his turn will end. And Kelbrix, you are close enough proximity. You will need to make a wisdom saving throw as well. As it appears to be... What do you got?
I got a 22. 17
You're good.
plus
You
5.
shake it off. You look back to Gorath and he's just stone-faced.
Kelbrix the Wise.
Yep. And Ari is in a bad place as she is trying to wipe her eyes, get her vision back. You saw the bright flash, but were not affected by it. You can now see bits of this creature kind of lunging out and attacking, and it's not good.
Alright, well, I'm gonna hope that radiant damage will do something extra, so I am going to move kind of in this angle. and cast Sacred Flame on this creature.
So you move 5 feet diagonally in an eastern direction, kind
Which
of.
do I have to make a strength saving throw?
You
to
do.
be able to
You do,
move?
because the floor is still gooey and dough-like.
Alright. That is a 14 total. 12 plus 2.
You are able to do so, but it is getting tougher and tougher. You
And
position yourself,
then DC 13 dex save.
and it will be able to fail that one.
Oh, alright.
So,
So it will take 1d8 radiant damage.
and this is from Sacred Flame?
Yes, it is.
Alright,
So it will take 5 points of radiant damage.
okay. You will extend your holy symbol. You will raise your hand and do your motions as you normally do for this spell, and you will see that the radiant damage, it affects it, does the damage to it, but it's still very hardy, viable creature.
And that'll end my turn.
All right, that ends round 1 as we come to the start of round 2, as it is now Ari's turn, as the laughter and the chatter and the gibbering is grotesquely loud. You are going to make a wisdom saving throw from that.
Okay. That's 15 and 2, 17.
Yep, you're able to kind of shake that off. Doesn't seem to affect you currently. You are blinded. I believe you the blinded effect. Help me out here, Brian. Is
A blinded creature has disadvantage on all attacks and
Yep.
saving throws, or dexterity saving throws and strength, I believe.
I think that is
And
correct.
any creature attacking someone who is blinded has advantage.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit it with my dagger, since I know what general area it is.
You do. You can hear it. You can smell it. You saw it before, so it's still disadvantage. You pull out a dagger.
Okay. That was a 1. I don't need to roll again. So nat 1, so 6.
So as you pull out your dagger, you are going to get it caught on your your sheath or whatever, and you're going to panic a little bit, and you lose your dagger as it hits the floor.
Great. I'm gonna try and step back again.
That would also be a
Disadvantage?
strength saving throw.
Disadvantage again.
I'm pretty sure with the blinded effect it would, but let me get my player's handy dandy notebook.
Well, the floor condition, wouldn't that make a disadvantage either? I don't know, maybe not.
Let me double check on the condition.
It says any ability check that requires sight.
I mean,
Okay, so then you will not be at disadvantage for the
Automatically fails.
blindness. So
Yeah.
it would be a regular roll. It's going to be a regular roll.
Okay. 12 then. 10 and 2.
You are able to move and pull yourself away if you would like, and you back up. And you're going to take an opportunity attack.
Of course it is, because I forgot to disengage.
And one of the mouths kind of extend, almost like an alien mouth, but snaps and misses. As you find yourself backed against a wall and kind of startle abruptly. And I'm assuming that'll be the end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay. It'll now be the creature's turn as it begins to sloth outward. Actually, before we do that, I want to see something to roll this. Okay, it will sloth outward. It's actually going to sloth towards Kelbrix. So it kind of goes diagonally 5 feet out of the doorway and comes right up next to Kelbrix.
that's not good.
And it has a 8 to hit you, sir.
I will actually miss.
All right.
Oh my god.
So there you go. And that is all it's going to do. Is it is now Gorath's turn, who can still hear this nasty, ominous gibbering and mouthing. Give me a wisdom saving throw to see what happens.
15 plus 1, 16.
Oh, my friend, you are no longer affected by this. You kind of shake your head to shake it off, and you see your friend Kelbrix and Ari. They desperately need your well-worn warhammer.
Well, what did you guys do? Why did you guys go ahead without me?
That's not important right now. Please help.
What is this thing? All right, I'll walk through and I will pull out the warhammer.
Go ahead and give me a strength saving throw to walk.
Am I no longer blinded now?
You are currently no longer blind. Use the back of your hand to clear your eyesight and
Finally.
move from it.
13 plus 6, 19.
Oh, absolutely. I've walked in thicker snow than this.
What in the hell is this thing?
It is gross.
All right, well,
I don't know.
I did not take out my shield, so I will two-handed attack with the warhammer.
All right, so you quickly pull out your worn warhammer.
My worn hammer.
The worn hammer.
Alright.
Gore.
No, that's a 10 to hit. 4 plus 6.
10 will hit it.
10 will hit it. That's a
Nice.
disregard what I said. Two-handed attack. That's a D10. That is a 9 plus 4. 13.
Alright, 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Slam into this creature. And the feeling when the warhammer sinks into it, it is very dough and spongy.
Yeah.
A little bit more softer and fleshy than your normal targets.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna put my foot on it and like brace it to like rip the warhammer back out and then
Yep, you
attack
can do that.
again.
You can do that.
Yeah! What? Yeah, this is gross.
Attacking again.
Should have 2 attacks. No, wait, we're level 3. We didn't level up.
We're still level
Oh,
3.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't level up.
I haven't taken that long rest.
No, we did not take the long rest.
Even then, level
Is it
5.
five?
Level 5, yeah.
Alright.
I'm getting confused.
Good try.
No.
He's glimpsing into the
Oh,
future.
because I've been bonus attacking. That's why.
It's
I will
technically, after doing further review on the play,
do a kick
you
instead.
you cannot bonus attack
Okay.
a melee attack.
Okay.
Yes, so that was my fault for several episodes. My apologies. So your turn will be complete at this point. Unless you wish to use
That's my.
daggers. You can, yes. But like
Well, I
punching
dropped
things.
one on the floor, so.
I think it can be a light weapon. You can use a bonus action attack, yes, but
Yeah.
like physically doing an unarmed strike.
Okay.
The monks, I think, are the only ones that can do bonus action, fisting, kicking, punching, headbutting stuff. Yeah, phrasing. Kelbrix, it will be your turn.
Alright,
Give me a wisdom saving throw as he is continuing the gibbering mouthing at everyone here.
that's only going to be an 11. 6 plus 5.
The 11 for your wisdom saving throw. You almost feel as if you're starting to fall into a trance, but you shake it off and you're no longer affected by whatever was beginning to take hold.
Okay. Great.
Light on fire.
Yeah. I will, I'll do another, I'll do another Sacred Flame.
Okay. So you will extend forth your holy symbol, casting forth Sacred Flame as it will fail.
Good. I was hoping this thing wasn't very dexterous. And that'll be 7 points of radiant damage this time.
And it is effective. It is beginning to show signs of damage.
Room still height for me,
You're still good. The entire area so far is about 7.
but I can only do side attacks, no overhead attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advantage or disadvantage?
You're still good.
Okay.
Just regularly swinging.
All right. I just
You
wanted
want
to
to
make
try
sure.
some sort of
No,
over the head?
I was just making sure because I would have had advantage with being next to him, which would have negated the disadvantage. But I just wanted to make sure that we were clear on what my rules would be if I'm not next to somebody else.
Well, you still wouldn't have advantage next to somebody else. You got to be flanking.
No, but I'm just saying we've got 2 people flanking him, right?
No.
No.
We're
Yeah,
not
he'd
on
have to be in the
opposite
middle of you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Ah,
Right.
Okay, so we're good.
Disregard.
No disadvantage. No disadvantage. No disadvantage or no advantage for me.
All right, so Kelbrix has finished his turn. This will end round 2 as we move on to round 3 at the top of the order with Ari. From the gibbering mouthing of this aboleth-like creature, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
7.
You fall to the maniacal laughter and sick, twisted words of this creature. As you have failed, would you please give me a 1d8 roll, please?
Yes. 1.
You will stand there doing nothing, unable to do anything, and your turn is essentially forfeit. As we move to the creature. Roll for... Okay. It is going to sloth its way over to Gorath. It does not need to take any action to disengage from Ari because she is entranced or affected by the gibbering. Can't do anything. And is still engaged with Kelbrix as it is going to attempt to bite Gorath. And Gorath, and as a 4, I'm assuming...
that will be okay.
Okay. So it will miss, as it will now bring us to your turn, Gorath.
Wisdom save?
That is correct. As it continues to mouth and gibber words of insanity and chaos.
That is a nat 20.
You shunt those words. You are great.
Ha! Ha! Not this time, foul goo. Alright, 2-hand attack him again.
Yep.
13 plus 6. 19 to hit.
And a 19 will hit, yes.
With 9 points of damage.
Alright, so the 9 points will sustain. Take hold.
And that shall end my turn as I goo remove the hammer again from
Okay. Alright. And it will bring up Kelbrix as it continues to gibber and mouth.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on sacred flaming this thing.
Give me a wisdom saving throw first.
Yes, of course. Wisdom save.
The incoherent babble continues to
I'm not
fill
doing
the
Sacred
halls.
Flame there.
I'm not doing a sacred flame. That's a nat 1.
Yeah, no. The words of the babble from this creature have affected you. So go ahead and roll me 1d8.
That's a 6.
You have rolled a 6. This means you take no action, bonus action, and uses all of its movement to move in a randomly determined direction. So go ahead and roll me
Well, first, a strength save to see if I can actually move.
Yeah, give me a strength save to see if you can move. That's a good point.
Yeah, I'll be able to move. That's 15 total.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a d4.
D4.
And we'll use them as cardinal directions. 1 will be north, 4 will be east.
I run straight into the wall.
Okay, so you head south directly into the wall.
No, north. Straight into the wall.
Okay, I gotcha.
He's
So
not
you-
going
I
anywhere.
literally turn
Gotcha.
and move straight into the wall behind me.
Gotcha. All the things are taking place here.
Mm.
All right, let me get you positioned.
Yep.
All right. So that will end your turn, and
Yeah.
we will end round 3 as we start round 4 with Ari. Go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw to see if you can fight past the babbling, nonsensical, incoherent words of this creature.
That's a 9, 7, and 2.
No,
Okay.
sorry. You are still affected by this incoherent babble, as I need you to roll me the d8.
5.
You also can take no action or bonus action, and you will need to make a strength saving throw to see if you can move, as you will move in a random direction determined by a d4.
15.
You definitely can move. Roll the d4 to see which direction.
3.
You are going to move as far as you can in a western direction or to your, I guess that would be your right. So, let's see. I'll move you since you're kind of like unable to control yourself because the creature has you. You're actually going to move, like squeezing yourself like right there, like into that corner right next to Gorath. As she moves through everyone, and that will end your turn as the creature will now is going to bite at Gorath. Will a 10 hit you, Gorath?
That will
Although
not.
You don't have your shields.
I do not have my shield. The shield is unequipped. Will not hit.
Okay. As it will miss. Gorath, it is now your turn.
Alright.
Wisdom saving throw for the babble as it continues.
Gonna go from a nat 20 to a nat 1. Here we go.
It's the walls of dice right there.
There it is.
Oh god.
Does he roll one?
I rolled a 1.
That's law of the dice.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll me a d8.
We're gonna die.
That's an 8.
Thank you for doing that. I need you to roll me a d6, please.
No.
6.
Stop getting
Go ahead and make your
extremes.
attack as you are now swinging at Ari.
Oh no.
Is your
Nat
re-
20.
Is it? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, deal your damage. Ari, you are going to take all of the worn hammer's damage from Gorath.
It's 12. And then
Oh god.
2. So 14.
Your worn hammer will slam into Ari. Ari, you take 14 points of damage. How are you looking there, Ari?
I have 4 points.
You're looking a little rough. As you begin to kind of cough from that shot. Maybe a little blood drip from the side of the mouth on that one. Well, all right then. Kelbrix will be up. Gorath, that will end your turn. So Kelbrix, you are up.
Wisdom save is a 17. 12
Yeah,
plus
That
5.
is good. You watch Gorath as he slams into Ari.
Oh gosh. Alright. I mean, I can't. I have no spells. I'm out of spell slots.
Do you have
so,
a weapon?
I mean, I'm just gonna continue doing Sacred Flame because that does as much damage as my mace would,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
more.
You
Actually.
do that then.
And your DC is?
13.
It will fail.
Alright. That's 3 points of radiant damage.
Alright. 3 points. And the creature still has some viability to it, but it's starting to show significant damage at this point.
Okay, good. And that will end my turn.
As that will end round 4, bringing us to the top of round 5 with Ari, badly wounded.
Yeah.
Friendly fire, or was it? Is your turn.
That's a 13 for wisdom save.
You are able to shake that off. You have got your senses and wits.
That knocked the cobwebs out of her. I did a good thing.
Gorath, what the hell? Okay. I'm gonna pull my rapier out this time
Okay.
and try to hit it. That's a 15 to hit.
It will.
Good.
15 will hit it.
That's 7. Do I get sneak attack?
You do have an ally next to it, so sneak attack will be applied, yes.
Okay, so that was 7 for damage.
What type of damage is that? Is that piercing?
Uh,
The rapier?
I believe so. Yes, piercing.
Alright. And now for your sneak attack damage.
It's 2d6. 10.
Alright. That carves into the creature to where this viscous fluid begins to spill from the wound as it begins to kind of writhe and shrivel back
That's
as it shows sign of imminent death. But it is still fighting.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Alright. The creature, the gibbering, mouthing creature that continues its relentless attack on the three of you, will now look at Gorath with multiple eyes that it has as the large main mouth on the center mass of this creature spits this globule goo directly at you. It will explode as it does, and I need everybody, because you're all within 5 feet of it, to give me a dexterity saving throw, please. And remember, if you are slowed, which I don't think anybody is currently, from the ground.
Oh no.
I have a 0. 2 minus 2.
Oh, I love that. I love that a lot.
God.
A 0. Well, you were blinded
Yeah.
until the end of its next turn, I think it says.
It's so close to an 18.
Yes, until the end of the creature's next turn.
2.
Ari, what did you have?
Unnat 21.
All right. You have learned from your previous lesson and quickly turned your head or shielded your eyes. Gorath,
9. 7 plus 2.
you are blinded as well. So both you and Kelbrix are suffering from the blinded. Okay. And now it's going to... I'm going to say it's going to keep trying to bite Gorath, which is directly in front of the creature. And it will have advantage because you are blinded. A 20, Gorath.
That will hit.
You will feel the sting of its bite as it gets to finally inflict some freaking damage.
It has been inflicting damage.
It's going to inflict more than that.
Psychic damage.
Alright. That is 16. 1-6. 16 points of piercing damage.
Dang.
I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
If I get hit, I'm gonna die.
19. 13 plus 6.
Okay, you are unaffected as the creature seems to have a significantly bludgeoning force behind the bite. Almost as if it was trying to knock you prone. But you're able to stand tall, as usual.
Brian noted. Math.
6.
6 total. Oh boy.
Gorath, it is now your turn. Don't forget.
Wisdom save.
Yes, the gibbering mouthing continues from the creature.
This is a 9.
Oh,
An 8
God.
plus 1.
You are affected. It is beginning to break down your thick skull and hairy ears.
That's a 5.
Okay, you can do absolutely nothing at this point, according to its statistics. And I need you to roll a d4 to determine what direction you may randomly run off into.
Strength saving throw or not?
Yes, to determine if you can get out of the dough-like.
That's a 1.
Okay, go ahead and give me a direction you would have attempted to go, just for fun.
4.
Okay, you would have tried to run into Kelbrix. But you cannot pull yourself free. But that will end your turn, Gorath, as we move to Kelbrix's turn. Your party is looking rough, Kelbrix. It's up to you, Death Cleric.
Alright. I'm a grave cleric, not a
I'm
death
sorry. You're correct.
Big difference.
Technically a soul shepherd. Let me correct myself.
So, wisdom save is a 14.
Yep.
9 plus 5.
Yep, that's good.
So, yay, but I am blinded, so I'm
Alright.
going to use my mace and try to smack this thing with disadvantage.
Yep.
Holy cow, I'm actually going to hit. That's 14 plus 4, so 18 total.
Your mace will find purpose and hit the creature.
Kill it.
That'll be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
You slam into the side of the creature's head. It lets out this echoey almost like a synthesized kind of stereoetic scream as it is severely damaged.
Gorath, did I hit you in the nuts?
But just hanging on to life by one single thread. Is there
That's all I got.
Okay, so that will end round 5. We're at the top of round 6. Ari, it is your turn.
Alright.
give me that wisdom saving throw.
10. 8 and 2.
You are able to avoid the effects of the incoherent babble the creature is spouting.
Alright, going for a rapier again then.
Mm-hmm.
That's a unnat 20 to hit. 15 and 5.
That will definitely find a spot on the body to hit.
That's 5 piercing for the rapier. And 8 sneak attack.
Ari, for the listeners and the watchers out there, tell us, how does Ari do this as the creature has fallen?
It has several large eyeballs, right?
Yes, multiple eyes all
Okay.
over its body.
I want to do sort of like a fencing position and step forward, well, as much as I can step
Sure.
forward, lean and stab it right in one of its eyeballs.
Oh, nice. So as you feel a slight resistance, there's kind of this popping sound as bits of goo kind of explode from the bursting eye. As you
Gross.
drive it through the center mass, again, this sickening cry of what sounds like 1,000 souls screaming for help rings into your ears. And then with that, the mass, the upright, gelatinous kind of fleshy mass of mouth and eyes just kind of begins to ooze and seep to the floor into a puddle. And that will end our combat, and I think that right there is a good place for us to stop for this chapter of our tale.